In an update to a story that tore members of the true crime community to their respective cores, Philadelphia parents were charged after their child was found locked in a dog cage in their home. I'm Ernest Bethea, the last outlaw. This is Bethea's Byte, and it's reloaded. Warning: the following story may contain one or more reports of child abuse and neglect. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The parents of a 6-year-old boy found locked in a dog cage in a Philadelphia home have been arrested on criminal charges. 30-year-old Michelle Campbell and 31-year-old Paul Weber were charged with endangering the welfare of a child and recklessly endangering a person, the Philadelphia Police Department confirmed in a statement. Campbell and Weber's bail was set at $22,500. The couple's neighbor, Hector Perez, said that he called police around 1 p.m. on Thursday after he had seen two girls, ages 4 and 5 years old, partially clothed and wandering outside in the rain in the backyard of the home where the pair lived. They have Pampers on. They have no shirts. They have no pants. They have no shoes. They're screaming. It's raining. It's cold. They're screaming for their mother and father, Perez said. Police said in a statement that they arrived on the scene at the 4200 block of Glenview Street and found the two girls crying in the rear of the house. They entered the property where they found another child, a 6-year-old boy, locked in a dog cage by a zip tie. The boy had been naked with only a blanket and pillow kept inside the cage, according to the report. All three children were secured and transported to St. Christopher's Hospital for evaluation, police said, adding that the children will be placed under the care of the state's Department of Human Services. We don't know entirely everything that's going on here, Philadelphia Police Public Information Officer Eric Grip said. We have a long investigation ahead of us, but obviously we don't live in a world under any situation whatsoever we should have a child inside of a cage or young children standing outside in the rain. An elderly woman and a 40-year-old man, whom police have identified as the kids' grandparents and uncle, were also found in the home, and two other children resided at the home but had been at school at the time, according to reports. Perez claimed this has been an ongoing situation. These kids have mental issues. Everybody in the neighborhood knows about it. Cops have been coming here off and on. Nothing has ever been done. The Department of Human Services told a local news outlet, due to state confidentiality laws, DHS cannot comment whether or not a family has had any current or past DHS involvement. Another neighbor, Tim McNamee, said he was horrified to have heard what happened. It's horrifying. They're kids, he said. I have grandkids and my own kids. When you find out the details, I don't know how a parent can let somebody do this.
A mother is being questioned after police made a horrifying find in Tacony. Sources tell us a child was found in a dog cage that was tied shut, and two other young girls were found largely unclothed. It is Thursday afternoon. I'm Sarah Bloomquist.
And I'm Brian Taft. The big story on Action News today is the investigation into that home on the 4200 block of Glenview Street. We're told an elderly, wheelchair-bound woman was also found there. Right now, of course, there are lots of unanswered questions.
Action News reporter Maggie Kent is live there on the scene in Tacony with the latest. Maggie, what have you learned?
Well, Sarah and Brian, I can tell you after talking to police, they say the preliminary information that they're getting based on this investigation is just heartbreaking. There's no reason, no excuse for this to be happening. They're still trying to figure out how and why. They got called here earlier this afternoon just before 1 o'clock because two young girls were outside in the rain, partially clothed. And when they got inside, that's when they found that 6-year-old boy nude inside of a dog crate inside that house. It's on the 4200 block of Glenview Street in Northeast Philadelphia. Police officers say again they found a nude 6-year-old boy inside of a dog cage. He had a blanket and a pillow in there. They were alerted again by a neighbor who heard screaming outside and saw those two young girls, the boy's sisters, outside, partially dressed. Now police are trying to figure out what was going on inside the house. They're interviewing the children's mother, who quickly showed up on scene once they got there.
When officers arrived at one of the houses on the block, they saw two girls, ages 4 and 5, that were partially dressed outside in the rain. The officers were able to pick them up and gain entry inside of the property. And once they got in there, they came upon a 6-year-old boy that was locked inside of a dog cage.
Police say also inside of this house was an elderly woman who was wheelchair bound and a man in his 40s. Now, neighbors describe that man as being an uncle of these children and that he has a mental handicap. He was telling one of the neighbors that he was trying to open the door, but they, quote, lock him inside. Again, police are questioning the mother of these children at this hour. They're trying to figure out exactly what the situation was inside of this home. Right now, no charges have been filed as they continue this investigation, which is only about 3 hours old. DHS, they're not sure yet if there was an open case with this family, but of course, now there's one. We're live in Tacony. Maggie Kent, Channel 6, Action News. Brian, Sarah.
Yeah, horrifying situation all around and lots to sort out yet. Maggie, thank you.
No child deserves to be abused. If you or someone you know suspects child abuse or neglect, you are urged to call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4A-CHILD. That's 1-800-422-4453. Or go to www.childhelp.org. All calls are toll-free and confidential. The hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in more than 170 languages. That number again is 1-800-4A-CHILD. 1-800-422-4453. Or go to www.childhelp.org. Hey guys, this is The Last Outlaw. I send you all a million thank yous for all the love and support of Bethea's Byte Reloaded. I know I've said this before, but it bears being repeated. Without you, this channel does not run. So again, a million times over, I thank you. I'd like you to do something for me. If you enjoyed this video, or you want to give your feedback on anything that was discussed or shown, I'd like you to do the following. Give the video a like. It helps to get the information out to everyone who may have information leading to getting justice for the victims and or bringing the missing home safe. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and let's join in this fight together. Be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified of future videos, live and pre-recorded. The real game changer is when you click the share button. Send this and videos like it all over your social media. The more eyes and ears on this channel, the better the chances of getting justice for the families of the victims and bringing the missing home. Of course you're going to have your say as well, so be sure to drop a comment. I just ask you to keep it clean and civil. Remember, we are about getting justice, not arguing over who's right or wrong in a debate. Don't forget to follow Bethea's Byte Reloaded all over social media. On Facebook, at Bethea's Byte Reloaded TC. On Twitter, at EKB316. On YouTube, at Bethea's Byte Reloaded, with and without the punctuation marks. On Instagram, at EB The Last Outlaw. On TikTok, at King of Hearts 316 2021. Email me at kingofhearts316_09@outlook.com. Hit me up on the message forum at www.betheasbyte.com. This is your home for news, opinions, debates, your voice, and justice served. This is Bethea's Byte. And it's reloaded.